Hey guys, Joshua here from my Tech Buddy, and we have a new episode of Ask Your Buddy. Today I want to talk a little bit about data backup. That's usually one of those important things you have to do in a company, but it's usually not the most interesting, and sometimes it can be hard to remember or hard to do. So how can you do data backup? I think traditionally people walked around with hard drives and flash drives and tried to keep all of it straight and organized, and oftentimes their data didn't get backed up because these drives would be lost. There's a couple of really good options out there these days. One option, if you're a G Suite customer, for example, is to use Google Drive Sync or a similar program so that Google Drive will back up all of the data inside of a folder. And so you make sure everything you're working on is inside of that folder. Google backs it up to the cloud, and even better, you have access to it on any number of computers that you need. There's a similar offering with O365, the Microsoft offering. Instead of Google Drive, it goes up to OneDrive. And you can do something similar with Dropbox or Box or the various online storage platforms where you basically install a program in your computer and it moves everything up to the cloud, and then you have access to it there. That's a good option. But it can also be a challenge, especially if you have a lot of users sharing an internet connection, because it's a lot of data that's going up and down to the cloud all the time. One option that I've seen work really well for clients, and an option that is usually a lot faster to access data, is to install what's called network attached storage. It's basically a couple of different hard drives, or sometimes it'll use 4, 5, 6 different hard drives, and it's attached directly into the network. And then you can use programs to synchronize data from your computers over onto the NAS. It works really well because then you can have share drives where maybe 4 or 5 of you all need access to the same data, and so it's all in one central place. You can also have individual folders if it's just your individual data. And then something that's really cool about that is there's ways that you can then encrypt that data and put it up into the cloud. And so you can keep backed up copies of it up there. One reason that that's really good to have those copies of it in the cloud is so that if something happens, someone accidentally deletes something, you get hit by ransomware and you lose the data on the NAS or on the computer's NAS is network attached storage. Then you can pull down the encrypted backup copies and you can limit how much data you're actually going to lose. So we'll talk more about ransomware in a future video because I've had a lot of questions about that, particularly because it's been in the news recently. But definitely back up your data. It's never a big deal until you find out that you need it. A great place to start is with Google Drive or a similar offering. But really, the direction that I'd like to see more and more businesses go is the network attached storage, because it does give you that extra layer of protection. So definitely something my Tech Buddy can help with if you're interested. Otherwise, I hope this helped point you in the right direction. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.